This is just a key example of vision. When a child's vision is working in coordination with their bodies, with their systems, you will see things happen at such a greater rate. Same reason why of having siblings and all of that. The more and more variations to movement, but part of the variations to movement is getting the movement repeated in your mind through vision. Even though he doesn't know that that's him in this mirror, he still is seeing movement. I mean, don't get me wrong, at this point, he's excited to see eyes and a nose. That's what's brilliant about a baby, is 15 people can walk in and he's going to think that they're all family, where if 15 people walk in on you, you think, who are these people? What? Babies don't judge, they just see new play toys. So even here with me going in, he's keeping his eye gazed on my eye. Oh my goodness. He's getting cause and effect because he's sticking his fingers in my mouth and I'm making a big old noise. And I'm talking to him. And even though I'm talking also to the camera, he doesn't know the difference. No. Oh, now he's going to try it. Oh, with the other hand. Because he's processed what the one hand did. So now he's going to try it out. And notice on each time he does it, it's not the same as the last. Sometimes he sticks his fingers in my mouth, and sometimes he's sort of grabbing the whole thing and maybe a nose. But we think he's successful, and he thinks he's successful. He saw the ball. Good, he remembers the game. And he's coming back to it. And see how nicely he's going in and out of 2 objects, 2 games. Even the camera, 3. Let's see if he'll pick up the snail too. And back to me. And to the mouth. He remembers. This is already multitasking. I'm not asking him, and I'm not looking for perfection. But I'm available, so he's successful. Not me, him. Notice I'm not always handing it to him. Let him figure it out. It's okay. It's just a ball. All I care about is here's a young man at 6 months old developing a movement vocabulary. He's learning right then and there that if he sticks his arm out behind him flat, he's not going to get up too successfully. He's not hurting himself, but he's got to try it. He's got to know what doesn't work and what works. And see how I can work very nicely here on a pre-crawl. Sliding the knee up, coming around. By the way, this is even jiu-jitsu. You know, when you go for the grapple, you're going for, what is it, number 1? I studied with Mr. Gracie. I did one of his seminars. I think that was the first rule. Going on. Notice too when he's rolling over, see how he can stop in any type position. When he's rolling over, he hasn't per se committed. And I can turn around and roll him, and he comes right around. And I can just bring his knee and roll him, and comes right around. A really nice head comes up. Same thing like you getting in and out of the car. You should be able to get in and out of the car without a commitment. Meaning I'm going to get up out of the car and I go back into the car. Usually a lot of people when they sit down, they fall. They fall into the chair. Who's that boy? Who's that boy? And there, the rotation is coming full circle. Just like I showed you with when he was lying flat on his belly. And see, I can go just nicely. See how that rotation is just as even from the right as to the left through the pelvis. And see how he's looking around? Again, he's learning all his proportions, where his knee is in relationship to the rolling. where his hands are. He might see something on his pocket. Oh, do you see your button? Is that a button? So the main thing to do when a child's learning how to sit, I say hi, is to take lots of pictures. But again, same thing I was working for with the elbows, is I'm going a little bit to the right, I'm working a little bit to the left. That's your walking, that's how you walk, left to right, that's how you crawl. That's how you put up Christmas ornaments. If you don't learn it now, it's gonna show up later. So I'm right here. And now I get it, if I wasn't here, he probably would come down. Right. But also what I'm trying to do here is as he can lean to his left, his right leg can start to be more independent from the pelvis. I know. And that's too where you see the difficulties when you have a child with special needs. They don't have that independence from the pelvis to the legs in sitting. You'll see the contractions in the feet, in the knees, in the bum. All of these things to stabilize the sit instead of allowing them to play. So it's not that, quote, W sitting is bad or contracted toes are bad. It's how it affects the system. And if I'm busy telling my brain, you better sit down, otherwise you're going to fall down. So I need to sit and find a way to sit. When you're in that kind of mental conversation, your brain's not going, ooh, there's a ball over there, let's go crawl for it, let's go hit that, let's go get mommy, let's go get, because the brain's going, I gotta sit, I can't fall down. Now again, it's not that complex, a baby's not saying that to themselves at 6 months old, their system's saying that. Later on, their bodies will be saying that. You see that with people as they're older. And if you see a baby that's having problems moving and not enjoying their bodies, they cry a lot, they sleep a lot, they're fussy, you don't see that gleam of wonder as they look at somebody else in the eye, you need to get a little aggressive or very aggressive depending on the situation. Aggressive, I mean by some kind of movement therapy. If the legs can't become independent in sitting, then the legs can't be independent later on riding a bicycle. I'm not saying if the legs weren't doing that, he'd never ride a bicycle. What I am saying is those conversations will tend to be difficult. It's just like if you never learn properly how to have a pencil in your hand or enjoy it, then the chances of you writing a novel later on are probably on the low side. Because your system hasn't enjoyed just holding a pencil in your hand. Or like playing ball, you can't suddenly pick up a ball when you're 14 and go play pro, you know. A ball has to be a part of you. It has to be in your system, just like mathematics. My kids can think mathematically. I cannot. It's not my forte. They can see math in anything. I can see movement in anything. We all have our gifts, but at the same time we all have our differences and we all have our limitations. When you get to know the limitations and play with those, okay, now we've just lost 2 balls, what are we going to do? That's when you need to work on those. Everyone works on, especially adults, what they're good at. A lot of people don't work on what they're not so good at. Babies don't know what they're good at and what they're not good at.